All right, let's get straight to the point. Today I'm breaking down 8 so-called health foods that we blindly trust, but most are just marketing gimmicks designed by the food industry to drain your wallet while damaging your health. Number 8, whole wheat bread. You know those toupees people wear, but underneath there's actually no hair at all? The food industry plays the exact same trick with whole wheat bread. Real whole wheat bread uses 100% whole grain flour, meaning the entire wheat kernel is ground intact. The bran, germ, and endosperm. The result is denser, darker, more filling, and genuinely nutritious. But here's the problem. Whole wheat flour is expensive, spoils easily, requires refrigeration, and is harder to work with. So manufacturers cut corners. They use refined white flour, which stores for years, sprinkle a bit of bran for appearance, add caramel coloring to make it brown, then slap a whole wheat label on it. How to spot the fakes? Check the ingredient list. It's ordered by quantity. If the first ingredient says enriched flour or wheat flour instead of whole wheat flour or whole grain wheat, you're being scammed. Number 7, yogurt. Traditional yogurt was simple. Milk plus beneficial bacteria, naturally fermented. These probiotics support digestion and gut health. It was supposed to be tart because it only contained milk's natural sugars. Then, Big Food stepped in and said, this isn't profitable enough, let's make it addictive. Today's yogurt is loaded with sugar. A typical 100-gram serving of low-sugar yogurt contains 6 to 7 grams of added sugar, not counting natural lactose. Adult women should consume under 25 grams of added sugar daily, men under 37.5 grams. One small yogurt cup already takes up a quarter of your daily limit. And here's the kicker. Sugar feeds both good and bad gut bacteria, but the bad bacteria thrive on it, overpowering the probiotics you thought you were getting. Those happy, energetic people in yogurt commercials, that's the sugar rush talking, not the probiotics. Especially concerning, many yogurts marketed to children contain just as much sugar as adult versions. For kids and anyone watching their weight, stick to plain yogurt and add fresh fruit if you need sweetness. Number 6, orange juice. Fresh squeezed orange juice at home is genuinely healthy, but once the food industry gets involved, it's a completely different story. The problem with fresh OJ is it spoils quickly due to vitamin C oxidation. Corporations need products that can sit on shelves from coast to coast year after year. Here's what really happens. Orange juice is extracted, then stored in massive steel tanks for months, sometimes over a year, from one harvest to the next. To prevent spoilage, oxygen is removed and replaced with inert nitrogen gas. Sounds high-tech, right? But there's a side effect. Removing oxygen also strips away all the natural orange flavor. What's left is bland orange-colored liquid, basically the soulless corpse of orange juice. Even worse, some companies concentrate the juice into powder for cheaper storage, then reconstitute it with water, later called from concentrate. Before selling, manufacturers revive the flavor by adding sugar, artificial flavoring, acidity regulators, stabilizers, preservatives, and synthetic vitamin C. All this ends up inside that bottle labeled 100% pure orange juice. Number 5, processed cheese. Real cheese is a living food, milk fermented slowly, proteins rearranging naturally, developing unique flavors and textures over time. Each batch has character. The food industry doesn't have time for that romance. They need cheap, uniform, shelf-stable products. In 1916, entrepreneur James L. Kraft patented pasteurized processed cheese melted down, its natural structure destroyed, then stabilized with emulsifying salts. The result is smooth, rubbery, and unnaturally consistent. When heated, it doesn't melt like real cheese. It just gets soft and greasy, like plastic. Legally, products only need to be 51% cheese. The rest can be milk, whey, oils, and additives. That's why labels say cheese food or cheese product instead of just cheese. It's an admission that this isn't actually cheese, but an edible cheese-based plastic. Number 4, honey. For thousands of years, bees have made honey the same way, collecting nectar, transforming it with enzymes, storing it in hives. No preservatives needed. Archaeologists have found 3,000-year-old honey in Egyptian tombs that's still edible. Real honey is naturally antibacterial due to low water content, high acidity, and hydrogen peroxide production. Industrial honey is different. To mass produce and transport it, manufacturers ultra-filter the honey, removing not just wax and debris, but also pollen. Pollen isn't junk, it's the biological fingerprint that labs use to verify honey's origin and flower source. Remove the pollen, and traceability becomes impossible, perfect for fraudulent supply chains. Honey is commonly diluted with corn syrup, rice syrup, or high fructose corn syrup. These are cheap, sweet, and chemically similar to honey, making detection difficult. Some products labeled honey contain little to no actual honey. Don't trust those home tests, water drop test, lighter test, paper towel test. They're not scientifically reliable, especially against modern adulteration techniques. Without lab testing, consumers can't be certain what's really in their honey bottle. Number 3, salad dressing. You eat salad daily thinking you're achieving immortality, right? Salad itself is harmless, leafy greens are low calorie, high fiber, and nutrient dense. The culprit is what you pour on top, commercial salad dressing. Traditional European dressings were simple. Quality fat, like extra virgin olive oil, acid, vinegar, or citrus, herbs, and salt. Commercial dressings are different. The primary ingredient is usually refined vegetable oil, often soybean oil. 1 tablespoon of oil contains about 120 calories of concentrated energy. They also add significant sugar, not because vegetables need sweetness, but because human brains are wired to crave sweet and fatty combinations. This makes you pour more and more dressing for richer flavor. You end up consuming far more calories than you realize from what you thought was a 0-calorie meal. Some dressings historically contain titanium dioxide to create smooth, white, uniform color. For context, titanium dioxide is commonly used in paint and sunscreen, which is why many countries have banned it in food. Number 2, breakfast cereal. The story starts in late 19th century America with Dr. John Harvey Kellogg, who believed spicy, sugary foods stimulated carnal desires. So he decided to create a bland, dry, sugarless, saltless cereal for his patients as part of an ascetic lifestyle. The problem? It was unbearably bland. So his brother, Will Keith Kellogg, added sugar and sold it commercially. The brothers had a falling out. Will trademarked Kellogg's, and cereal became a global phenomenon. This opened the floodgates. Companies started loading cereal with sugar to boost sales. Americans traditionally eat savory, protein-rich breakfasts, eggs, bacon, toast. Cereal doesn't fit that pattern, so marketers positioned it as healthy, nutritious, vitamin-fortified, and great for kids. Imagine you're a busy mom who needs a food that can feed your kids quickly and still be nutritious. Just add milk and cereal, and there you go. A sweet, delicious, and healthy meal your kids love. That's very convenient, right? But they don't talk about fiber content, blood sugar spikes, or insulin response. Instead, they target children with cartoon mascots, bright colors, toy prizes, and candy-like flavors. Most breakfast cereals, especially those marketed to children, contain 25–40% sugar by total calories. This causes rapid blood sugar spikes, quick energy crashes, increased snacking, and is particularly harmful for kids. If you must eat cereal, choose actual whole grains, avoid puffed, colorful varieties. Look for products with under 5 grams sugar per serving. Choose high fiber options, at least 6 grams fiber per serving. Pair with protein and fat, unsweetened milk, plain yogurt, eggs, or nuts. And remember, after watching this video, tell your grandchild to stop eating those colorful cereals. Number 1, olive oil. Imagine spending $60 on a bottle of extra virgin olive oil, thinking you're investing in your health, but you're actually drizzling cheap canola oil mixed with coloring and artificial flavoring. Welcome to the olive oil industry. Real extra virgin olive oil is cold pressed from fresh olives without refinement. It's rich in healthy fats, vitamin E, and antioxidants. But producing it properly is expensive, labor intensive, and time consuming. When demand skyrocketed, some producers chose to cut corners rather than plant more olive groves. They dilute EVOO with cheap canola, soybean, or sunflower oil, all flavorless and easy to blend. Add some coloring, artificial flavoring, slap on an extra virgin label, and sell at premium prices. Olive oil fraud is so widespread that European authorities have investigated it as organized economic crime. There have even been cases of serious poisoning from fake olive oil made with industrial materials never intended for human consumption. How to identify real EVOO. Authentic olive oil has a slightly bitter, peppery finish that can make you cough slightly. That's from polyphenols, beneficial compounds. If it's smooth and bland like regular cooking oil, it's likely adulterated or heavily refined. But honestly, tasting only tells you so much. Without laboratory testing, consumers have almost no way to be certain whether their olive oil is truly extra virgin. That's all for today. I'll be making more videos like this to help you navigate the minefield of modern food marketing. None of these foods are necessarily toxic. The real danger is how the food industry manipulates concepts and misleads consumers for profit. If you found this helpful, please like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel for more evidence-based health information. I'm Dr. Saul Whitman, and I'll see you in the next video.